So it's not limited to those Vedas and Sastras, Pranas or ancient practices. It's very scientific. Self-inquiry, this higher level of consciousness, has all solutions. If my neighbor has that son who is ready to sacrifice his hard-earned money in the name of charity, I'll support them. But same thing happens with me, I'll object that. We support all those good things initiated by someone else. Our entire focus is on our individual success. The bandit Ratnakar, and when did he find that he was doing the wrong act? When he went back to his family and asked, whatever sin he is committing, will they share? It is not our responsibility to share your sin. Why will we share your sin? You are doing it by your choice. And that was the point of realization, because he was operating from highest level of consciousness. And that turned him into a great sage, Valmiki. It's a very fundamental question about right and wrong, right? There is no specific definition about right and wrong. What is right for me could be wrong for you. What is wrong for me could be right for you. So there is no universal definition of right and wrong. It's highly subjective. It depends on time, person, place, things and situations. If one person's family is dying of starvation and then person does some crime, like steal some bread to feed his family, for his family, and in his perception, he's doing right thing. For the law, for the society, he is a criminal. So how do you define right and wrong in this situation? So it's very situational, first of all, in general. But as a person, as an individual, you have consciousness. And your consciousness tells you whether you are right or wrong. You know the bandit Ratnakar, who used to loot people to feed his family. Do you think his consciousness was low? If that was the case, you couldn't have become sage Valmiki. His consciousness was quite high, and that is why he ended up meeting with those sages who helped him realize his mistakes. That though he was feeding his family by doing this act, but ethically it was wrong. And when did he find that he was doing the wrong act? When he went back to his family and asked that whatever sin he is committing, will they share his sins? And they refused. They refused that you are doing your act to feed us, and that is your responsibility, that is your duty. It is not our responsibility to share your sin. Why will we share your sin? We are not obliged, and we are not asking you to kill people, to loot people, to feed us. You are doing it by your choice. And in your choice, we have no share. So why will we share your sins? And that was the point of realization, because he was operating from highest level of consciousness. And that turned him into a great sage, Valmiki. Now you tell me, if that act was wrong for him, the way he was feeding his family, then he left his family and he went to forest and became sage Valmiki. What happened to his family? Who fed them? That's the question. So in both cases, things are very debatable. Whether he was wrong earlier or later, when he left his family, because he realized that his acts were wrong. So it's about conscience. How do you feel inside? That's about your wrong and right. We do wrong things because we don't feel that we are doing wrong things. We feel that we are doing right things. If you get this feeling just for a fraction of a second that something is wrong in your act, you will never do that. It's always others who define that you are wrong or right, and you get confused. Most of the times, you do right activities as per your understanding, and people say, the most stupid thing you have done. You have done things as per your understanding, the correct and right format. You have lied to accomplish that task. But in others' perception, your actions were wrong. And your consciousness is not in that position to give you that glimpse of reality, whether you are wrong or right. So when you say intention, it's very subjective. Everybody has pure intention. Whatever they do in their life, their actions, their steps, their acts or wrong or right is being defined by others, by society. If you go a little deeper into this specific phenomena of intention, if you talk to any terrorist, why are you committing this? Why are you killing people? He may give you thousands of reasons, and valid reasons, that he is serving his God, religion, community, and he is ready to sacrifice his own life. For others, they are criminal. For that specific community, they are highly spiritual. They are highly religious. So how would you define this tension? They have intention to serve their community. I'm not supporting them. Killing an ant is also a crime. Build this understanding in your mind. I gave you this example. That intention is very subjective and everyone has pure intention. Now it's your responsibility as a society to bring them back into that mainstream life. You need to develop that kind of tool to understand that psychology of a kid, thinking process of that kid, on which dimension they are operating from, and how can you mold them. When society escapes from its own responsibility and they blame others, such things happen. Society is not fulfilling its own responsibility. And who is the society? We all are society, right? When we all come together, we become society. We love good things. We love charity. But that charity crusaders should not born in my family. It should be in neighbor's house. Because I'm not ready to give up my hard-earned money in the name of charity. That's the problem. So we support all those good things initiated by someone else. But we are not ready to take initiatives. Because who cares? Till I'm safe, who cares if someone is dying outside? But then we cry, we mourn, we come together with a candlelight march and we raise slogans. But what actions we are taking? There are no real actions. The core problem is there in the core values of society. Our entire focus is on our individual success, by hook or by crook. We are not focusing on a collective growth. And this self-inquiry, this higher level of consciousness has all solutions. Because we emphasize on collective growth, on collective mindset, on collective thinking. And when you say collective, you accept everything as your family. And you help each other. You help them to grow. You help them to resolve their problems. And all those characteristics become your personality's inimitable parts. They reflect through your actions. They reflect through your vibrations, through your aura. And people can feel that impact. And that's the beauty of this exercise. So this thing is not limited to any specific aspect. It has broad perspective. You can make a list of thousands of products which are just byproduct of this practice. The ultimate desire of every human being to be happy till his last breath, you can find it through this self-inquiry. To help others, to accept others, to spread compassion, spread love, spread gratitude, spread acceptance, release stress, release anxiety, release fear. Happiness and fear, both are contradictory. You cannot be fearful and happy at the same time. When you are in guilt, when you are sad, you cannot be happy. So you take any name, negative and positive, you'll find all solutions in this practice. And the base is consciousness. So it's not limited to those Vedas and Sastras, Pranas or ancient practices or religious practices. It's very scientific. We are living in a scientific world where technology is controlling our life. This whole world is driven by scientific innovations and technologies. And this science of consciousness also is of technology. And you can build like number of domains and platforms to help people. But they can come and experience it, like this circle of consciousness and happiness. What that platform is providing to the world. Just an opportunity. They can come and test their level of consciousness and they can practice self-inquiry unknowingly, without any effort.